So we got that podcast going off tonight. If you want to fire a question at us on Twitter, we'll sure try and get that done. And then tomorrow we got schedule release, and we're on the road tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Southern Leisure.
Loma.
So, yeah, it's my responsibility to try and get the schedule. So I'm working on that right now.
Thank you, sir.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, you come get the exclusive from Broadus on the schedule.
Yeah, come by. We got T-shirts.
Free
and all kinds of
tees.
stuff.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
This is a big event for
It's
us.
a huge event.
Buy a spot.
People are super nice over there, too, by the way.
Best.
They are really good. So, yeah, we got those couple of things working. And before we get into this Mavericks meltdown, basketball Brian here. How about that, Dawson? Basketball
bring it, buddy.
Yeah, talking about.
Bring it.
But I want to, Pro Football Focus, that's my new kind of toy because I paid for the service to see what it's all about.
What a waste of money.
You think so?
I mean, some of the stuff can be fun.
Okay, well, let's see if you think this is a waste of money then. Because they ask who is the individual player on each team that is the most underrated.
Ooh, okay.
So they got every team has an underrated player. And I was going to ask you guys for the Cowboys. This is who they have for the Cowboys. Would anybody like to just venture a guess? Would you just like to throw an underrated player out there and see if it matches up with Pro Football Focus?
For the Cowboys?
For the Cowboys.
Jake Ferguson.
That's where I was going to go.
Yeah, I wonder if that was kind of the name that came to mind as well.
Him or Osa?
An underrated player on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because a lot of them are overrated a little bit.
I don't know, Brian. I got nothing for you.
Okay. Glad you started the show with fire and just it kind of like just flamed out.
It's all been downhill since then.
Yeah, you can't read those texts, man. Those people will hurt you.
Oh, I'm kicking their ass.
Are you really?
But
he emptied the tank in the first quarter.
That's what I'm saying.
Let him reply. We'll deal with the underrated people.
So you guys, it was Jake. It was
Ferguson's
Ferguson.
the only name that really even comes to mind, dude.
Trey Lance.
Are you looking at the roster?
Cooper Rush is underrated.
Okay.
Yeah,
He went 4-1.
You are a
certified
Cooper Rush
winner.
fan.
Yeah.
I hope Deuce Vaughn is underrated and he can be a good player.
This one's going to surprise you guys.
Josh Ball.
Is it an offensive player or
Defense.
A
Okay.
defensive player who's underrated.
Still on the roster.
Still on the
It's
roster.
not going to be Deron Bland.
No.
Damone Clark?
No. Sam Williams.
Okay.
Pro Football Focus feels that Sam Williams is their most underrated player of the 30.
Yeah, because he made a lot of impact per snap his rookie year. So the numbers probably say, wow, if you just give this guy like 40 snaps, this is 15 sacks a year.
Yeah.
No. I mean, we know the truth about Sam, that the numbers will not tell Pro Football Focus.
Right, like we were underwhelmed by Sam Williams. We had high expectations for him.
Yeah.
We thought he would be better.
Right.
Really, fantastic measurables.
Yeah.
Should be an excellent NFL rusher.
Yeah. This is what they said. Williams continued to flash potential in his second NFL season as a situational pass rusher for the Cowboys. He generated pressures on 14.1% of his pass plays during the regular season, which ranked 36th among edge defenders in the NFL. His Pro Football Focus pass rushing grade also ranked 41st at the position in 2023. They graded him at a 6.8.
Okay.
Is what they graded him at.
Well, going into year 3, Cowboys need him. I mean, I hope he steps up to like what we were hoping last year, because he does show flashes where it's like, man, you are a rare talent, physically gifted. I mean, the dude's out there as a gunner in special teams. Should have had that block. I think what was it, the Buffalo game? If he had a sell down on that.
Yeah.
So like the playmaking ability's there. It's just being more consistent with him that you really want to see.
Yeah, and he's also the brain fart jumping off sides guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was one of those penalized players in all of football last year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all the things that you said, it's there. I mean, it's as physically impressive a person in that locker room. Like what a specimen this dude is.
Yeah.
But he just hasn't put it all together with the consistency.
Can we rely on him this year?
No, at this point, you haven't proven to be able to rely on him.
I hope so, and they're kind of needing to rely on him. But yeah, we can't say that we can't.
Jury's
rely
still
on him.
out for my boy, man.
I'm hoping this is my Terrence Steele. And
That'd be nice.
And I say this where I didn't feel like that Terrence Steele could really help you.
Then he takes that leap.
Yeah, he
you
takes
think this
that
is the
leap.
Sam Williams leap year?
I'm just That's
hoping
that's
for
my
it.
that's my hope.
I think it absolutely could happen. I don't think you can count on it. You can't depend on him. He's a wild card. I think we knew that from like the first 30 seconds he sat down with us before his rookie year. Like, okay, got a live one on our hands.
Yeah.
Who knows? You know, this is the guy that keeps GMs up at night wondering where the dude is, right?
Yeah.
So, but the potential is insane, you know? And if he has a great offseason,
Yeah.
it's there for the taking. Like, what's his ceiling just on talent alone? 13, 14 sacks a year is what his body's.
Ole Miss, he's capable of that. He is. But you guys are absolutely right. The reliability factor is it's a sack, a tackle for loss, a lineup offsides, a punt, roughing the punter,
and then getting hooked and not setting the edge, and you give up 20 yards.
Then he like picks up and scoop slams a 230-pound running back, and you're like, nobody else on the team can do this.
Yeah,
absolutely right.
He's David Irving all over again.
Dave, that's my guy.
He can literally Hulk smash you. This guy.
He might take over that Fowler role like that Irving had last year.
Exactly. Last night, where did you think the Mavs lost this game? Did you have a particular point where you felt like the Mavs lost this game?
Just in bad shooting. You know, how many times was Luka within 6 to 10 feet and it's clanging off? And I know he's trying to make adjustments with the way he's going up to take pressure off of his knees so it can be a little bit more consistent. But, yeah, I just think it's missed shots, and that goes to missed free throws as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was just that fourth quarter. I mean, the entire second half offensively, it was like really, really tough sledding. And you'd go 3 minutes, 4 minutes at a time where you like can't even get a bucket.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, that third quarter they put up 15 points.
That's where I'm going right there, because listen to, and I went through and looked at the play-by-play for that third. Here's how it started. Gafford, miss. Washington, miss. Gafford, miss. Luka, miss. Jones make. That was 8:32 in the third.
Your first bucket.
First bucket, 8:32 in the third.
Yeah.
Jones miss. Lively miss. Irvin miss. Washington make. 5:21 in the third. Washington another make at 4:39. Luka miss. Green miss. Gafford miss. Washington miss. Irving make. 1:19 in the third. Hardaway miss, Green miss.
That's bad.
For that quarter, you had 13 misses, 4 makes, and you were 2 of 6 shooting free throws in that quarter.
And OKC still couldn't close the gap. They weren't playing great. You were just playing horribly.
Yeah.
And you still had a chance to beat them.
Yeah.
Because they played great defense, man, for a lot of that game. They played dang good defense.
They were leading that game for 41 minutes and 6 seconds.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's how dominant they were playing at that point in time. But that third, I just look at the third. I went through and looked at every one of Luka's plays. 4 of his 7 turnovers were in the second half.
Wow.
So you're looking at, but they kind of got the alley-oop game going a little bit with Luka.
Nice.
He couldn't hit a shot, but he could alley-oop the ball. They made 3 of those baskets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Thunder 23 of 24 at the free throw line.
Yeah.
They made less shots than you did from the floor.
Yeah.
You figure out a way to lose it.
Yeah.
That was one of the most tragic playoff losses I've ever seen.